Hey there, folks. Greg Shepard here, SNA Financial Services. So we got an RMD issue. So if you're of RMD age and you're over at TIAA, stay tuned. This is it kind of made me not chuckle, but some of us had a pretty good laugh, especially me and one of my clients. So stay tuned. We got an RMD issue. For those of you that don't know me by now, Greg Shepard again. Specialize in helping folks all over the country just simplify those TIAA accounts. Okay, let's get right to it. So the RMD issue is as follows. A couple of you reached out recently, and an additional person, my client, reached out to me. So here's what's going on. When you have your TIAA accounts, okay, your separated service typically, well, if you're taking RMDs, you're going to be separated service from your latest employer, and you log into your website. Now, I go through the advisor website, so I think they're pretty similar in this sense. TIAA will show you a dollar amount that you need to take out for an RMD. Okay, let's say that number is $30,000. Okay, for 2024. Let's say you have 4 different accounts, all in the same employer. GSRA, doesn't matter. GSRA, some liquid, illiquid, irrelevant in this case. You need to take out $30,000. And what you did, a lot of you out there in 2024, is that you submitted a cash withdrawal form, or you went through TIAA, they had to do it for you. Whatever the case is, you submitted a form, and the form's not the issue, but you indicated that the RMD is going to come out of one account, which is perfectly fine, okay, for a lot of cases. So that $30,000 comes out of that one account. Okay, you think you satisfied your RMD, which you did. Okay, TIAA doesn't know that you have 4 or 5 accounts and you aggregated all of those accounts RMD in one account. What I mean by that is, remember, in that upper left-hand corner, well, for me, TIAA says $30,000 RMD for Joe Smith. Joe Smith subsequently takes $30,000 out of the account and sitting in his bank account. Great, we're done. TIAA the next day after the assets are distributed say, hey, Joe Smith, you still owe $15,000, whatever the case is, on your RMD because TIAA doesn't recognize, or the system doesn't know that $30,000 in this hypothetical was aggregated for all of your TIAA accounts. So TIAA still thinks, the system still thinks, you owe RMDs on your other 3 or 4 accounts. So they're going to show you that dollar amount in that upper left-hand corner. So what happened for these folks that contacted me is they took the RMD like early in the year or middle of the year, right? They didn't forget that they took the RMD, but they thought at the end of the year when they looked at their account balance and they saw an RMD due for $10,000 that they messed up and they didn't take the full amount for the RMD. So they distributed another, $10,000, whatever the case is, okay? So they took an extra $10,000 they didn't need to, which is fine. So we had a little chuckle regarding that. Same thing happened to my client. My client, I had to chastise him like he's my daughter. We had a chuckle about it as well. Freaked out December 30th. I told him this, but I'd already taken care of his RMD like November. But then he went into TIAA's account and saw that he needed to take out another $15,000. He didn't, but he thought he did. Okay, that's why I tell him, leave it to me. That's why you pay me, right? So he took out a $15,000 distribution at the end of the year, freaking out, thinking that he had to take out more for his RMD, where in fact I had already taken out the RMD for one of his accounts. I'd already told him this. I emailed him, but he forgot, which is perfectly fine. Okay, he's been a client for 20 some odd years. So we had a little laugh about that. A lot of you are in the same boat where you freak out at the end of the year thinking you already took your RMDs, which you probably did, okay? But again, TIAA doesn't know that you took it out of one account for the RMDs satisfying all of your accounts. You have to take copious notes. You have to take good notes. You have to remember, maybe call TIAA or have a system in place that shows you, even though TIAA says you have an RMD for the respective year, maybe you already took it out previously, okay? So if you don't need the money, you don't want to distribute more and just create more tax liability, okay? All right, so that happened this week with a client of mine and a couple of you out there as well in 2024. This is January 2025. All right, folks, if you're tripped up, if I did kind of a word salad here, if you're tripped up over this topic or any other various TIAA topics, information is below. Give me a holler. I'll get you squared away. All right, folks, Greg Shepard here, S&A Financial Services. I'm heading home. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.